And it begins. Welcome to Old Fella Gaming. This is your old fella of the day, GT. This is 7 Days to Die. The new 1.0 version is much better than what it's been in the past. 21 versions, I believe. Version 21, I think, was the last beta version. Nah, I can't say it was better than. I don't know. It may be better. It looks better. Seems to run a little better. We'll see. Gotta get me some feathers. So, this is going to be a Let's Play. Let's play 7 Days to Die. And County Wanna Take a Poo, I think is what the name of it is. Wanna Take a Poo County. Because I need to take a poo. Let's see if that's what it actually says. Does it say it anywhere? Where does it say what county I'm in? It don't. I may have to get next to it. Ooh, wheezing is skivvies. Look at you. Yeah, it don't say anywhere what county I'm in. Maybe we'll catch it the next time we load up. We'll see if we can't catch the name of it. But I think it's when I take a poo. So, 7 Days to Die. This is an 8K by 8K map. This was a random generated map. I do have a couple mods installed, mostly just kind of enhancements to the playability. Nothing's to really give me an advantage, except for one, which will be mid game. I changed the. I put a mod in that has the vehicles from another mod. It was an overhaul mod called Darkness Falls. And I grabbed the vehicles from that mod and installed them into my game here, just to add some variety to the vehicles that you get, because they only had like 4 vehicles in the vanilla game. And so not really an advantage, just different. But the helicopter that I had played in a previous, like I played this for a little while to try to get used to the game again, because it'd been a couple years since I played it. And I wanted to kind of get, a little better before I started a YouTube channel on it. Anyways, got the helicopter built, and man, it was horrible on the amount of fuel it was using. First of all, it holds 20,000 gallons of fuel. And so right off the bat, I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. 20,000 gallons of fuel. Anyways, I put it in there. Well, I started flying the thing, and it was using like 1% of the fuel about every 10 seconds of flight. And so I started doing the math, and it was like ridiculous amounts of fuel, like 200 gallons of fuel every 10 seconds. And I was like, I'm going to have to fill this thing up like every trip I go anywhere in. And so I went into the line code and just changed some of the game code of the helicopter to make it more realistic. I left it at the 20,000 gallons of fuel if I want to fill it completely up, but I just simply turned down the amount of fuel it uses in flight to be more realistic of what a helicopter would use in the distance that we're traveling here. Outside of that, the only mods I've got on here is the vehicle mod. I got a furniture mod. I've got the UI. If you see that the UI looks a little different than what maybe you're playing, if you're playing a strictly vanilla game, my information's on the first screen here as far as my health, my food, the temperature that I'm feeling, my elevation, what else? Time, what day it is, where I'm at, Pine Forest. All those things are on the my front screen here. I don't have to go into this menu and then go into this menu and then go into that menu just to figure out where, whether I'm hungry or not. I think it's here. Yeah, food and stamina. So I don't have to do all that. I can just have it right here on the front screen. I also added a boats into the game in case I come across any large body of water. Now this was simply because it's been a minute like I said, since I played it, but a year or two ago when I was playing it, we had some buddies playing with me, and they wanted to be in a make a base next to this huge lake. The problem we were finding, and if you've ever played next to it, wanted to build next to a big body of water, most of the airdrops that come every day was dropping in the damn lake. And then we couldn't get out to the lake. We'd swim out there and wind up drowning trying to get down to get the loot. So there's boats now. And so I put a boat in I haven't built one yet because I haven't been next to a lake, but hopefully that'll work right. That's about it. Most of it just cosmetics and comforts of life type mods. I haven't put anything in that really would change my gameplay or make it easier or anything like that. So, those of you that are not familiar, and it's the first time you may be checking out the channel, 7 Days to Die is a zombie apocalypse, looting, craft building, base building, survival game. Okay, they stick you out. The story goes there's a let's see it. Yeah, it ain't gonna show right now. So, in the map, there's biomes, and one of the biomes is a wasteland. And the wasteland was like Hub Zero. That's where the bomb went off. That's where the bomb hit. It was a radiated bomb, radiated everything, and everything turned into a zombie. Now, for some reason, the traders in the game and yourself and any friends that you have that may play the game didn't get radiated. So you start out in your underwear, as you can tell here, with nothing on. Don't know why you didn't have any clothes on, and during the apocalypse, maybe you were doing the funny business, but maybe you were just sleeping. Maybe that's what it was. You were asleep. You like to sleep in your underwear. Woke up the next morning out in the middle of nowhere. Don't know who you are, and now you gotta survive. So it starts you out with these little quests, and the basics of survival quests. Once you start clicking on these, it's going to want you to do some things. And as you get through this list of things to do, which will go relatively quick here, you'll see, you'll come to this last one that will open up the location of your first trader. And traditionally the first town that you will call home for a little while, because you'll want to begin looting, doing different odd and end jobs there, and just trying to, make it. So we're going to go ahead and do what it wants us to do, which is collect some plant fiber, collect some wood, and we're just going to kind of follow this through in its order to begin with, just so we don't have to worry about anybody that may be new to the game completely, wondering what the hell are they doing. Alright, so now that we've collected all that, we'll go back in here and we'll say okay. Now the next thing, it says it wants me to craft a stone axe. So I go into my menu, I go to stone axe, and I go craft. And then I can put that down in my... So this is your backpack right here. All this area here, if you put anything in this area, or you fill this, not if you just put it in there, but if you get enough items to where once it gets to here, it goes to here, you become encumbered. And from this point on, you become more and more encumbered. And it'll be tougher for you to run. You'll use more food and water. You'll get tired easier. Just a lot of things happen when you're fully encumbered. But be ready for it, because you're going to be fully encumbered a lot in the beginning part of this game until you get this opened up and get some mods in the game. Now, when I say mods in the game, there's actually like mods that the game allows you to produce, which I'm not showing any right now because I'm not fully open, but there'll be another icon here that'll say mods at some point, and these will be mods for your guns, your tool belts, your armor, things like that will increase those things, efficiencies and strength and power, give you more slots open, things like that. Okay, so we are going to take some things out here. I don't want that. I don't really want any of these things in my tool belt. Your tool belt's down here. So this is like the belt you wear around your waist, even though you just got underwear on. Let's call that your waistband of your underwear. And then your backpack, which God knows where you got that stored, but yeah, you got it stored somewhere. Alright, so now what it wants is to take this little axe that I just created and go cut down some wood. Oh, another weird thing I'm going to do. I'm going to favorite this axe. And the reason we want to favor some things is because it makes it a lot easier when you go to look for things that you're going to do over and over again. So I'm going to be making this axe or repairing it over and over again throughout the first part of the game. So I don't want to have to like either type it in or look for it. I can just hit that. It's going to be there. Okay. And then if I want to go back to the regular one, as far as the full list of things that I can build, that's where I would do that at. So it wants me to harvest some more wood. Now, it says it only wants me to harvest 10, but I'm going to go ahead and cut this whole tree down, and I'm probably going to cut like several more down because wood is extremely important early game. Really, it's extremely important through a lot of the game because it's like the beginning part. Anybody that builds like builds with straight cobblestone or concrete or metal blocks is a fool. Like I said, I've been playing this game on and off for 10 years. I was part of the Kickstarter program back in the day, before it was a Steam game or before it even had a storefront. You donated to the Fun Pimps. I want to say it was like $14.99, $15.99 maybe. I don't remember the exact amount. Wasn't a lot of money. It may have been $19.99. And they gave you access to what they had at the time, which wasn't much. And you got to play that, but the promise for doing this wasn't that you just got to play a handful of hours of the game that they already had, but you would always get their updates free and even get the full version when that day come for this one-time introduction price of crowdfunding price, whatever you want to call it, of the 14 or 20 bucks. I can't remember what. Like I said, it's been so long I don't remember exactly how much it cost. But back then it just looked like a version of Minecraft, like almost identical to Minecraft. The blocks, the trees, everything was almost exactly like Minecraft, except you had zombies and houses, prefab houses and buildings that you would go into. But as far as the land goes, like this, how this is all smoothed up like a rock and everything. Well, in the first Minecraft, the first 7 Days to Die, this would have been a staggered effect. It would have looked like blocks stacked on top of one another. The trees, when you cut them down, they didn't fall like what you just saw there. Uh-oh. That sound is sometimes either cicada bugs, just background cicada noise, or sometimes it's a rattlesnake. Either way, when you hear the sound, be on your foot. Alright, so when you would cut down a tree, here you'll see what happens when you cut it down here, just in case you wasn't catching it earlier. But we'll knock this tree down here real quick. And you'll see it actually kind of like falls like a tree would fall. And then it kind of disappears. You've seen this 100 times in most every survival game. And the original, and through several of the first versions of 7 Days to Die, when you cut the tree down, it would just break into like individual logs instantly, like in a long pole. And those long poles then would start like kind of wiggling, and they would just fall in different directions. Sometimes on top of you, killing you. So cutting down trees was extremely dangerous in the very first game, in the first versions of this game. And so I'm glad they changed that over the years. Actually, if you ever get into a town and you get to a big wooden street pole, you'll see it in some of like the western towns, and but you'll see like these wooden street poles. If you ever chop one down and how it breaks apart, that's the same model that all the trees used to be. So they still have that model in the game. It's just now it's done and not in the trees. So you don't. Hopefully, you don't need to go around cutting light poles down to make that happen. All right, so back to the game. So as my little history lesson of the game and what I've experienced over the time. But now it wants me to do this primitive outfit. Now that is something. This is something that's new for the deal. We're gonna craft that up, and what's new about it is, well, you had to have played this game before to know what's new. The way it used to be was your armor. You would go and build plant fiber armor. You would start like most any other survival game. You would start with the basic plant fiber armor. You would you craft these together to make arms and legs and gloves and boots and helmets and chest piece, right? And then you would go from that up to like bone armor or metal armor or leather armor. There was graduations of the products in the game. So it was grass to cotton to like cloth, from cloth to leather, from leather to metal or bone or metal, however the progression was. I don't remember all the armors, but you could get all the way up to the point where you was wearing like armor, chainmail armor or whatever, and refine it. Now it's done more like in sections of like this is primitive armor. So this is like your grass armor, and so we're gonna just wear it here real quick. So there, you got sticks and stones and the stuff you would find on the ground, right? So you got grass coming out your leg openings here, and you got some wood on your as a bracer on your forearm here, and so it's in a sense it still is that, but that's where it kind of stops. From this point on, you don't have leather armor or metal armor. What you have characters based around characters, so or types of characters, I guess you would say. Farmer, enforcer, miner. All these different uniforms that you would get, and I can't show you any of them right now because you need a workbench to be able to see those. But as soon as we get a workbench, I'll definitely show those to you. So right now, this is what you got. Now you can go ahead and build, if you wish. You can build the feet, the hands, and the helmet. You can build a whole outfit. If you've never played before, you should do that. Go ahead and fill these up. This would be the headgear, then the gloves and the footwear. And the reason is because you want the armor rating. All right. So each time I would add a new piece of armor there, this is going to go up. So it just allows me to take damage better. And if you've never played before, you're going to want to, all the armor you could possibly get, obviously. Okay. So now it wants me to create a wooden club, and we're also going to favorite that. All right. And then we're going to take that wooden club and put it there. And that wants me to do a bow, and we're going to craft that. We're going to put that there, and then it wants me to do an arrow, but we're going to try to do as many as we can instead of just the one that it needs to satisfy it, because obviously you need more than one arrow. We don't really need to plant the trees. Here, I'll tell you what, we'll plant one just to show you, but we don't need to plant trees. So just plant the tree just like that. In about 2 to 3 days in the game, this will be a full-size tree just like that right there. So you plant them. You got to plant them far enough away from each other, but that's pretty much how you repopulate your tree situation in the game. You might as well go ahead and put the other two just for kicks and giggles. And then I want this. Never pass up a bird's nest early in the game, and in my opinion, any time of the game until you get to the level where feathers are no longer needed. Okay, at some point you'll start getting where you'll make your arrows will be made out of polymer. Okay, but until that point comes, collect every feather you can. Don't pass up. I'm not saying you need to kind of go out and hunt them down, like spend a day just looking for feathers, although I have. That's how important I think they are. But definitely, as you're running through the game world, if you see a nest, don't pass it up. Okay, there's going to be a couple other things that you're not going to want to pass up, although they may seem like, what's the big deal? They become a big deal later in the game. Now, the reason we're knocking this tree stump down is because we want some honey. And I didn't get any down. No. We want honey. Honey is, like they say, it's God's juice. In the game, honey will is a natural cure to the infection, which if you get hit by zombies, you're gonna get infected at some point or the other. And so, um, three different ways that I know of at this point how to get rid of the infection: honey, herbal antibiotics, and regular antibiotics. That's the only three things that I know in the game that you can get rid of the infection. And depending on how infected you are, it goes on a percentage. Will depend on how much antibiotics you need. So sometimes you may need 2 jars of honey to get rid of the antibiotic, get rid of the infection. But if you already have one, then as soon as you get infected, you can knock it down. You only need to use one instead of wasting 2 on one disease. See my point? Yeah, I know you would. All right. The other thing, we're not going to do it so much right now just because I don't want to burn through time, but cotton. You want all the cotton. Don't pass cotton up. Don't pass chrysanthemum up. And don't pass goldenrod flowers up. Now, let me explain here. When I say don't pass it up, I don't mean every time you see a patch, stop and collect it. Okay. Although I do mean that on the nest. What I mean is, if like I'm standing here and this is a pretty good field of it, I'm gonna collect this. Okay. So I'm gonna go through here and I'm gonna collect all 3 of those: all the cotton, all the chrysanthemum, and all the goldenrod. Okay. Now, you ask, well, why? What does this do? If you've never played the game before, that's a good question. So this chrysanthemum, it does 2 things really mainly in the game. One, it makes chrysanthemum tea, or I'm sorry, red tea. Red tea is a tea that's used for stopping your, I guess you would say, your metabolism. Slows your metabolic rate to where you don't use. Oh, did you hear that sound? So my axe broke. Now, I'm not going to build a new one because I'm still at level 1, and so there's no sense in wasting it. So I'm just going to repair this. Repairing it only takes rock. If you built a whole new one, you would have to use rock and wood, which I'm going to need this rock anyways. But you need rock and wood and plant fibers to build one, but you only need rock to repair it. So until you get up to higher levels of anything, just repair it. And that's going to be another little thing we'll get to later. So we want to collect all of this because this is all right here. So the chrysanthemum also does, later on in the game, will be your source of paint. If you want to have a better design of your base and control over your base, which that's a big thing for me. I love that part of the game. I love building bases and decoring them and fixing them all up and stuff. To me, that's like the best part of the game. Sure, I like going in and fighting zombies and stuff like that, but my big thing is base building. I love to build bases and design bases, and I don't do the AFK bases. Never have, never will. I'm not going to criticize anyone that does that. Hey, if that's the way you want to play. If I had to argue with you, I would only have one question that I would ask is, why loot? Why are you looting? I mean, if you're going to build a base that you don't have to participate anything at all to protect, why do you need all the, why are you looting? What do you use that stuff for then? And so, anyways, that's my argument. That's my tantrum for the day. No, I won't be doing AFK bases. I will be doing bases that I feel protect me, try to give me an advantage against a horde of zombies, but also they have full capability of breaking through and destroying any parts of those bases that they come in contact with. Unlike the AFK bases where they simply just run around in a loop over and over and over again for 4 to 6 hours. It baffles me. I don't know. I don't know. So anywho, we're going to stop here because, as you can tell, this whole time we've been playing, which is about 15 minutes now so far. No zombies. We haven't come across no zombies. We haven't seen any wandering zombies. None come stumbling up on me at all. And that's because we haven't got past and opened up this last thing. Once I open this, the game actually starts, and you're going to start then having your wandering zombies. Your zones will be, in tiers or in levels. This first zone is the easiest, so this is where you'll spawn almost always. But we're going to turn all these that we've completed in. And if you want to take the time to read what these were, that's just go back and here we'll do this. So you can just go back and kind of stop the video and take a moment to read what each one of them says. But it's pretty much just saying, here, build this, build that, put this on, put that on, make this, make that. And then when you get done, it says, hey, redeem this one to complete the challenges and unlock your trader, which will be coming up just in a second. There it is. Here it is. Good job, Survivor. You have proved to be capable with much potential. We have marked your map with the nearest White River outpost location. You will find the trader there where you can buy and sell goods and trade stories with one of your friendly citizens. And it says welcome about Noah. I don't know who Noah is. I've never met Noah. The traders' names are Hugh, Bob, Jen, what is Rec? I think that's, if I'm not mistaken, that's all. I've never met a Noah, and so I don't know who Noah is. What I do know is, okay, like on this note here, just a friendly reminder that you pay on time every time, or there will be consequences. Next time we won't be so nice. Thanks for the year, but you still owe us. See you soon, the Duke. Now the only thing I can think of, that's been one of those kind of things that's been in the game for God knows how long. The only thing that I can think of what I just read plays into the story, because I don't know who Duke is. From all the hours that I've ever played this game, I never ran into a Duke. Now there's Duke coins, okay, so the currency in the game, which I don't have any, they're like little golden coins. They're called Duke coins. So I guess Duke's like the main guy that kind of took over after the zombie apocalypse. But the only thing I can think of is that this isn't your first day after the zombie apocalypse, okay? It isn't like it happened and then the game starts and you're in your underwear. So the only thing I can think of is based upon this story in this letter. It says, just a friendly reminder that you pay on time every time or there'll be consequences. Next time we won't be so nice. Thanks for the gear, but you still owe us. See you soon, the Duke. So I'm thinking the reason you're in your underwear and can't remember shit is because you had some dealings with this Duke guy. You didn't pay him, and he sent his henchmen after you, and they roughed you up, knocked you unconscious, took your armor, your gear, your weapons, your whatever, left you with that little bit of stuff, a can of food, a couple cans of water, an ace bandage, and a torch. That's pretty much what you started the game with. And said, good luck. And with that little note attached to it that, hey, we took your shit because you didn't pay us. And now you need to pay up next time you make a deal. So I'm guessing that's what this little note is just a, why are we in our underwear out in the middle of nowhere and I can't remember shit. I think that's what this is all about. So we're just going to scrap that because I don't know who Duke is, and maybe Duke will just forget about who I am. Okay? We'll just keep it at that. But we sure would like to get some honey from one of these. Damn the luck. Damn the luck, man. But I need to get over there because we're also racing against the clock. So, those of you who have never played the game, daytime zombies, they walk around unless they are feral or irradiated. Radiated zombies are green ones. You'll know them because they are green. Like a neon glowing green. Feral zombies look just like regular zombies, except their eyes are like yellow, like they shine like a demon yellow, you know. And they run. They like to run. They like to chase you, and they're a little faster, a little tougher also to kill. Now, you very rarely, I think maybe one I've run into early game because I stuck my nose somewhere I really wasn't supposed to be at that time. You don't really come across the irradiated zombie or a feral zombie in the daytime. Early game, it's quite a ways into the game. See how he's just kind of walking. Even if I go and aggravate him, he's just going to walk. But we're not going to aggravate him if we don't have to. We're going to try to take a sneak shot here at him. This early bow. I don't know if it's going low or high. There, it's going high. Right, I didn't get the sneak attack because he actually saw me by the time I figured it out. So now we're going to get our arrows back here. Don't forget to do that. Now you can see how he kind of took off running because now he's going to slow back down. So they can become enraged after you beat on them for a little while. You know, you kind of piss them off a little bit. And they'll kind of take off running after you. But it's more of a trot for the most part. They're not like sprinting, hunting you down like the feral ones would. But that just means he was kind of pissed off that you were beating on him. He was minding his own business here, just taking a walk down the road, and I decided to shoot him in the ass with an arrow. So he was just kind of showing he wasn't appreciative of that. Completely understandable, but nonetheless, had to do what I had to do. Give me some honey. I need some honey. Because that first POI that you're going to go into, I promise you, without a doubt, just because you're weak, you're not strong enough yet, unless you just spend a lot of time out here picking up stuff like this off the ground and don't do any POIs right off the bat, you are going to definitely need honey because you're going to get hit and you're going to get infected. It's almost guaranteed. I've been playing this game a long time, and I'm not saying you can't get through it. There's the honey. Ooh, I got two of them at one time. Sweet mother of God, look at me go. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and collect some more rock then. Let's see here. And then we're gonna go over here and see this trader and see what he has to offer us in the beginning here. Hello, this is Rick.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
And he is
now
a
that you did the job,
old
I
fella.
guess you ain't that
Right
damn
up my
bad
alley.
after all.
Me and him get along. Oh, let's go make sure that that one ain't inside. Didn't sound awful close, didn't it? He's not. So we're just gonna go out here and take. I should have done this in the first place. Always best to go around and just kind of take care of these guys. Just for that reason, so you don't have to deal with hearing them beat on this base. This base is strong for what it looks like. And they'll just sit and beat on it and beat on it and beat on it. Just drive you friggin' bananas. Screaming and hollering and beating on this base while you're in there trying to talk to Rex. So it's just best to go ahead and take care of them as fast as possible. And there's like 3 or 4. It's usually always camped out around here. And see if we can't sneak attack her. Yeah, baby. So that's the bow. I love the bow. The bow gets so. I mean, this is the beginning bow, and that was 3.5 one shot. So if you can sneak attack them, just as long as they don't see you, it'll count as a sneak attack. So if you can shoot them without them actually seeing you, they're becoming aware of you, like him over there. Now he's kind of far away. I don't want to take the time to mess with him. That maybe. I don't think he's going to mess with the base one. Okay, so I don't see anybody else over here. Alright, so we're going to go back into old Rick here and listen to his old foul mouth. I'm telling you, if he wasn't an old man, I will kick his ass.
You're well. Great. Here you go.
So
Don't spend it all in one place.
this is for collecting the, doing the mission overall, finding him. So he's going to give you, that was your reward, a shovel. Now, the first thing you're going to say is, let me see your deck, because I ain't got no money, so I can't buy anything. So the very first tutorial quest, he's going to want you to dig
I'm
up
gonna
buried
make
supplies.
you an offer you can't refuse. It's
And
a deal.
that's-
Disappoint me, and you'll find yourself on the wrong end of a rope.
Thanks, Rick. You're awesome, dude. So pretty much what he wants you to do is go dig up this buried treasure. That's why I gave you the damn shovel, okay? And it wasn't even a good shovel. Like, you could have made that shovel, for Christ's sakes. I don't even know why they have it, but it's just part of the tutorial. So because Rick is such a nice guy, I'm going to go around and steal all this shit. Some people say I'm just looting, but no, I'm stealing it. This is his stuff. I'm taking it. That's considered stealing. And that's what he gets for being a prick. Oh, so you hear my character sound like he's giving birth over there. That's because he's getting hungry or he's getting thirsty. He starts making this sound. See, I didn't kill him. Now he's out there. I must have missed him. Where he at? There we are. Yeah, see, if you don't sneak attack it, don't do all that 3.5 damage. You'd be surprised how powerful that is. That was that idiot that was over there, and I said I shouldn't bother with him. It teaches me, don't it? So anyway, fuel. Yeah, pick up all the fuel. You won't need it right off the game, but man, when you do start using it, you start using the shit out of it. But what we're going to do is loot everything. Every little thing that we can get our hands on. I don't think there's anything back here or under here. Never knocked out. Well, you can't. I never knocked that down. But if you do anything to here, it keeps you from being able to bust his base down. It's like super powerful. That's why I'm not worried about the zombies breaking in. But I just don't like them sitting out there screaming and hollering all the time. And I can't remove anything. I can just loot his everything here. I can't actually take anything. Like I can't, break that door down or anything. I can't take the cotton from that bed like I could in a regular house. And there's two more things in there that I can get. It's upstairs, but yeah, well, why not? We'll go ahead because we are wanting to show everybody everything. So it is a tutorial or a let's play. And so we will loot all the areas. Well, upstairs, he's got a little hidey place upstairs that has loot in it. And sometimes it's sometimes that's closed and that's open. It just depends on what load you got out of the deal. And then there's like a trash can here you can loot. And now back in the day, you used to be able to loot all this, like all these shells and stuff. They nerfed it down to where you couldn't loot all this stuff. Used to, all this stuff could get looted once every 7 days. You had food in these trays and stuff, and they kind of turned it down because it almost made it you stupid powerful right off the bat. And they didn't want it. They didn't want that. They wanted you to at least struggle a little bit. So we would really have loved to have had a bridge here, and there's not. So this is our first town. We didn't pass a bridge, did we? Oh, I sure would like to have that rabbit, though. Let's see if we can't sneak up on him. Get us some meat. Yeah, he's coming back. Almost. I'm hitting low, ain't I? Got him. Sweet. Now I'm gonna have to. Do I have any bone? I do. And we're gonna. Oh, I need 5. Whoa, where'd he go? There he is. I need 5 to have a good. Okay, I need something on the road that's dead. Man, really? Oh well. Figures. All right. So we're gonna do it with the stone axe. Anyways, if you would have had a bone, look, I got. Finally, I got one. Recipe bone knife. Make it. All right. So then we're gonna do the rest of it. All right. So you would have been able to get like 10 times more. Not really 10 times more, but you know what I'm talking about. So look at a big guy over here. We got the 3.5. Now we didn't get the instant kill because he's big. He's mad. Oh, my stamina. So let's see if we get pop his head. Popping heads, popping heads. Nice. Alright, we're gonna need a place to stay. 1622. So some traders will be like when you first get the game, you'll have a trader here and there'll be a river or some like a creek and there'll be a bridge there. And that's an awesome place to stay the first night. We're gonna go around this town to see if there's one on the other side. So how much water? I'm gonna drink a water and eat this chili. Just to kind of keep my strength up here. We're gonna repair you, and everything else is fine. Alright. But I don't really want to go through the middle of town. Now I have stayed up there in a playthrough the first night. The only problem is that this for I-beams, I mean this is big metal I-beams, it can be knocked down extremely easy. And so I did, and I may stay there if I have to, but I don't like that as much as I like the bridge on the first night. But man, I don't really want to get like a far away from the trader right off the bat either. What are you? Like, oh, I see you. Yeah, you saw me too, though. He's gonna come after me. So that seems to be a little more than what it used to be, and that's twice that they've kind of got pissed off and started running after me. Usually that doesn't happen that quickly. We may let's see what's up here. Really, all you... Oh, there's water in there. I'm wet. Really? Alright. So there's water inside of this. Ooh, is that a dog? Dogs are not good at no time in this game. Oh man, I can't see that far right now. Yeah, we don't like dogs at all. So I think we are going to call this. Why is that sounding like that? So I need to make some. Like little hottie areas here. But this is what we're gonna call home for the night. So there, we're just right across the field there from the deal. We just want to be up off the ground a little bit. Let's see if I can't break. How long it's gonna take? Oh, come on! I always want to break like the first few couple. But sometimes like this whole thing falls if you break one because they built it one way and not the other. I'm hoping that this isn't the case. If it is, I have to build wooden ones to re-get back up, but we'll handle it. Alright, so... Okay, yeah, see, we gotta break one more. We gotta break one more. And then we're gonna call it a night. Get us some food and a campfire going. Because it's already 17, 18 at 2200 is when it's considered nighttime and the zombies can get you. So Now I can jump up here, and but the zombies can't. So it's 2 blocks high. You can jump up, but the zombies can't. So I can literally stand right here all night long, and the zombies can't get me. Okay? And so I can shoot them from, like, you know, from way over there. I don't know where that went, so. Got him. I don't know why I didn't get the sneak attack. No way he saw me from way up here. Oh, yeah. See, he got pissy about it too. That normally doesn't happen. See how he's trying to get up here? But he can't. So he's trying to beat on stuff. I'm gonna go down here and get my feathers. Or my arrows. Come on. And then we're gonna take these mushrooms. I might be able to cook them, eat those. We're gonna look in this backpack. Get those mushrooms. Those mushrooms. Alright. And we're gonna climb back up here, and just in case, we're gonna build some building blocks. We're gonna build about 20 of them, and we're gonna put those in our heart bar down here, and just for encasements, that way if they climb up, they're just gonna hit their head and fall off. Okay. Cool beans, and then we're gonna like build like a little area around here that we can actually stand on without falling. Let's see, do I fall through there? I don't. That's good. And this will keep us from falling down. And allow us to build some things up here. Alright, and so we'll be able to build a campfire and things like that. So, for our first episode of 7 Days to Die and the new channel, Old Fella Gaming, this is your Old Fella GT saying thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like what I'm doing and you want to support some or further adventures that we're going to have here. Hit that notification button, tell a friend, leave a comment. Would love to hear what you think I'm doing well, what you think I'm not doing so well on. But until the next episode, we'll see you.